Algebra 1, Lesson 28, Solving Word Problems with Systems of Equations. We have solved simple algebraic word problems back in Lesson 14. Now we are about to use those skills to solve word problems that require setting up systems of equations. Here are some tips on how to deal with solving word problems with systems of equations. 1. Read the problem carefully to identify the unknown variables and the relationships between them. Write down any equations that represent the information given in the problem. 2. Let x and y be the unknown variables, and write down two equations in the form of a, x plus b, y equals c, to represent the problem. 3. Solve the system of equations by using one of the methods, such as elimination or substitution. 4. Check the solution by substituting the values found for the variables back into the original equations, and verifying that they are true. Example 1. A movie theater sells two types of tickets. Adult tickets cost $18 each, and child tickets cost $14 each. On a particular day, the theater sold a total of 180 tickets and earned $2,640 in revenue. How many of each type of ticket were sold? So, let's start. First, we need to let x be the number of adult tickets sold and y be the number of child tickets sold. We can write two equations based on the information given in the problem. First equation is x plus y equals 180. This equation represents the number of tickets sold for both children and adults added up together to equal 180 tickets. The second equation is 18x plus 14y equals 2640. This equation represents the cost of each type of ticket sold added up to equal the total amount of money made from sales. Now that we have our two equations to represent our system of equations, we can go ahead and start solving it. In the last lesson, I mentioned that you could use any method to solve a system of equations. In this situation, I believe the substitution method would suffice. Let's start by solving for y in terms of x in the first equation. We do that by subtracting x from both sides. Then we substitute the expression in terms of y into the second equation. Evaluate and simplify. Now we can solve for x by dividing both sides by 4. We'll find that x equals 30. Plugging that back into the first equation and solving for y, we'll get 30 plus y equals 180. So, y would equal 150. Now that we know the values of x and y, we can finally answer the word problem. The word problem asks us for how much of each type of ticket was sold, which means our answers are the x and y solutions we just solved. So, in conclusion, the movie theater sold 30 adult tickets and 150 child tickets, equaling the 180 total tickets sold. That was just one example of a word problem being solved using a system of equations. As always with these word problems, reading comprehension and understanding what the problem is asking for is key. Translating what the problem is asking for into the right equations and checking solutions are the next important steps. A lot of these systems of equations word problems will follow the same process as the example we just did, so make sure you review it and review all your work to see if you're on the right track to do further practice problems. Good luck, and see you in the next lesson.